All right, Matic update on the weekly chart to start us off with. Then we'll zoom into the daily, maybe 3 days, show you a couple tips and tricks, and just kind of look at the chart as a whole and see where we are now, and kind of show you why Matic is one of the stronger charts right now in all of crypto. So let's get right to it. From the initial, move up. And then look at our kind of pattern that formed here. And if this looks a little busy to you, look at all the moving averages, all the candles, right? You can clean up your charts. And I definitely recommend that. The more simplistic you can make your charts, sometimes the easier to see little patterns like this. So looking at this, right? This is just the price, a naked chart, price only, right? So our initial move up, and then we continue to trend higher and higher. But retrospect, it's always easy to see patterns. As the moment's happening, it's very difficult. So looking at this now, what do we see? A high, a higher high. We see another chart at the bottom. If you connect the bottoms, right? The troughs and the peaks, right? Where did we kind of flip, right? This was kind of our confirmation, right? We're kind of moving up, right? You have your initial move. You have a rising channel, right? And this is often bearish, especially on the weekly. You don't know when it's going to happen, but you want to connect your peaks and troughs as good as you can, right? Drawing it like this is okay, but the more touch points you have, the better, the cleaner, the more confident you can be in your analysis. And like I said, right, hindsight is 2020. Easy to spot these when you're seeing it here. So this is your kind of your big flagpole here, right? And this is a monster pattern, right? This is not on the hourly chart or 5-minute chart. This is huge. So you have your initial break here, your kind of retest, and then your fizzle out into the bear market, right? So obviously looking at that now is easy, but we want to start to look for things also in the reverse of this. But having said that, how have we done so far? You heard me mention that Matic is one of the stronger looking charts. Well, let's look into that, right? Since 2021, our initial move up right here, kind of, let's put it back on candles. I know most of you like candles a little bit better, but look at where we fell to, right? Is that coincidence? I think not. All right, that was our initial pump, and then our sideways consolidation, and then we found our footing right at that level. Why that level? Well, that was the most buys. How would you possibly know that, Chase? I'm glad you asked. So let's go over to our little toolbar here. Now, if your sidebar here looks much different than this, and by different, I mean 47,000 other indicators here, you need to clean that up, right? The more simplistic your trading strategy is, the more clear-cut, the more easy you can go, right? You can, with enough indicators, you can force your brain to find anything, right? The more simplistic it is, the less margin for error. So just little tips and tricks as you go. Try to narrow these down, right? So if you want to know what all these are, I can run through them real quick. This is VP, volume profile, volume, Bollinger Bands, Gaussian channel, and my kind of ribbons for all my moving averages: 8, 14, 21, 34, 50, 100, 200, and 600. Rarely use that one. But so what is volume profile? If you've never heard of that, I invite you to use it. So the weekly doesn't always have it on all the charts, certainly not on shorter charts. And by shorter, I mean like less than a few years. But looking at the 3-day is where kind of the secret sauce is here, right? So let me remove my little trend line. And you might say, well, you just drew that. No. What is this? Well, on volume profile, right, it shows you where the buyers are. And that orange line signifies where the most are. On this entire chart, the most buyers bought right at that level. This is non-arguable. This is the facts. And there is not a coincidence that we fell right to that level based on that. So play around with that, right? It might get different signals on different charts, right? The daily is slightly different than the 3-day. So the 3-day is a really good one to use this on. You can really sharpen your toolkit, right? You want to use a multitude of tools to get the most sharpest chart, and this is pretty sharp, right? So are we going to go below that? Unlikely, right? I love that we retested that point already. A lot of charts haven't hit that, or some charts have broken that. And case in point, right? I mean, look at March to April of 2021. We're well above that price now, and we only retested that very briefly and then lifted off again. I mean, we're at prices that we were at July, right? We're not that far off of our highs. Speaking of the rest of the pack, right? We're down 70%. You might say, well, damn, that's a hell of a lot. There's a lot of coins down 90% plus, okay? 80, 90% is run of the mill. But looking at March of 2021, April of 2021, I mean, go look at any other coin besides BNB, because that is also another great one. All right, BNB, similar paths here. If you want to go down the line, you could find an assortment of ones that are well below that, right? Let's take just random ADA coin. How about that? How about ADA March, April? Are we near March, April tops? No. Are we underneath our average buys on the 3-day chart? Very much so. So that doesn't mean ADA's, dead, but it's going to be very slow to start, in my opinion, on the next bull run. Any coin that's well under here doesn't mean they can't do well, 5, 10x, whatever, but very slow to start, right? You want to be in the speedboats when the next race starts, right? And the two speedboats that I see right now are Matic and BNB. For the old schools, right? There's always going to be new guys that aren't even around yet that are coming, and they're going to do probably better than all the rest of them. But as far as the OGs from last cycle, BNB and Matic are tops in my book. If you can find a better chart that's, has the tenure of these guys, then I would love to see it. Show me. But don't show me a chart that's been around for, 6 months or came in, not that long ago, right? I want a couple years. These are the best I've found. BNB and Matic, that's the plain and simple, right? Based on the facts. That's not my opinion. That's based on these charts, right? Based on the data. That's where you need to be leaning. So that's that. I'll keep this a little bit shorter, but that's a Matic update on the 3-day and the weekly, right? We're just trending sideways. We're in consolidation. We're in a sideways move, a rectangle just... we're just moving sideways until we break out of $1 and close above it, right? How do you do closes? Well, you just put on line chart, right? You can put that up there. Bar chart, line chart, Japanese candlesticks versus price. The line price only shows the closes, right? No wicks. So until we see this blue close above, $1.05, right? You want to take out this high or this low, right? Then we'll probably get some significant movement. Otherwise, we could just be range bound until, next year. Be prepared for that for a lot of coins. But Matic is doing better than most based on the data. And I love that we've retouched this. So strong coin, showing lots of strength based on that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So hopefully you like that. Let me know what you liked. Let me know what you want to see more of. What's the next coin you want to see? Maybe we'll do Chainlink soon. I have some requests for that, obviously. We'll look into that. If you have any other requests, let me know. Try to start doing some more YouTube videos, get you ready for the next run whenever that happens. Have a good one.